Hello epic viewers from around the multiverse, prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today I'm going to be shedding light on one imperative inquiry, which encompasses the following. Why do I always buy more food than I can eat? Well, let me just address an answer to that inquiry and demystify it right here, right now. I never want to starve ever again. I never want to feel famished. I have a ravenous appetite. When I was younger, I was fed animal secretions, animal carcasses, and synthetic bastardized man-made products. Let me just give you my opinions appertaining to all of them. The synthetic bastardized man-made products are anything but filling. They ravage your DNA, they shorten your telomeres, they unravel your chromosomes, and they're called junk food for a reason. But at least they don't perish right away, but they still lack an iota of merit. They contain salts, sugars, additives, and other noxious, deleterious ingredients. In terms of the animal carcasses, those are actually detrimental to your health. Those also wreak havoc against your DNA, compromise your immune system, and elicit major chronic diseases that will burden you in more than one way beyond just inflammation and an increased mortality rate. You become an albatross in your life, and a pill for an ill is not the solution. Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. As Socrates stated, that old adage is true even today. We age biologically, not chronologically, you know. So in this simulation, you got to take care of your vessel. Fruits and vegetables are just so nutrient dense. Fruits are so scrumptious, succulent, they fit perfectly in the palms of our hands. We're frugivores. We're devolved beings, are only meant to eat fruits. We're meant to pick it off the trees and subsequently consume the fruits. We need micronutrients, macronutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, carotenoids, flavonoids, and other salubrious beneficial compounds such as plant-based enzymes that help our vessels break down the food. Animal secretions such as cheese and yogurt can be deemed tasty, but if you strip them of their sugars, additives, you know, I'm sure that they would be unappealing and anything but appetizing. They wouldn't stimulate your palate in a beneficial way. If anything, they'd repulse you, and the thought of eating them would be repugnant. It is repugnant today because not only does it harm your vessel, but the animals are being strong-armed into secreting their bodily fluids against their own volition. They're being aggressed against, you know, and it's just inhumane to say the least. Now the animal carcasses, such as chickens, fish, these products should never be eaten. Not only is it sadistic to consume animals that were deprived of their lives against their own volition, but their sorrow, their suffering seems to be transmigrated to the foodie post the animal products being consumed. In other words, you succumb to a host of dire issues post eating the animal products, and in the same way they feel pain before their lives were taken away from them against their own volition in slaughterhouses, your vessel will also feel similar pain as the animal proteins, animal fats, and other noxious ingredients that their vessels contain are poured into your body And your body is not a repository for waste. It takes 3 weeks to break down those animal products. That's why people develop body fat. Those animal products remain lodged in the stomach for weeks on end because your vessel can't digest them properly, unlike fruits and vegetables. Fibers, indigestible, carbohydrates, and when I eat a meal, I eat 5 to 10,000 calories of just raw fruits and vegetables, and I usually go to the bathroom roughly 25 times per meal, so my body processes the food instantaneously for the most part. Nothing binds me, nothing gums up the works. With animal products, they could bind you for even over a week, and you may need mineral oil just to be able to discharge waste from your vessel. You don't want it to accumulate in your vessel. It leads to other issues that are avertible if you only eat fruits and vegetables. So I always want to be stocked up on hearty, robust, nutrient-dense foods that are just so vibrant, aesthetically appealing, nutritious, and chock full of ample ingredients that will prolong my life, optimize my health, and allow me to thrive, prosper, and flourish. You can never get enough phytonutrients, you can never get enough vitamins and minerals, and you can never also get enough saturated fats, unsaturated fats, and other plant-based ingredients. I love polyunsaturated fats, I love monounsaturated fats, and I love saturated fats from plant-based sources. I don't need anything oxidized, such as oils. I don't need anything synthetic. I don't need any animal secretions. I don't need any animal carcasses. My diet has taken a 180. I now just eat as a fruitarian, which is a subset of veganism, 3 meals per week, but I don't ever want to run out of food. I'm always ravenous, I have a voracious appetite, but after each meal I feel satiated and I can go as long as needed without food. I can enter ketosis between every meal within 24 hours, or I should say I could enter ketosis between meals 24 hours after I stop eating, because when I dry fast for 24 hours I'm able to enter ketosis, and that allows me to expedite the process of autophagy, designate more senescent cells and cancer cells, and allows my body's healing mechanisms to be exploited to the utmost fullest. And it also allows me to divert energy away from digesting food and fully focus my energy towards mending the vessel. And my vessel is sacrosanct. It's my little avatar or marionette or receiver in this little simulation. I'm confined to viewing this simulation through the parameters of my 7 senses. You know, we're celestial, divine, multidimensional spirits partaking in a human experience. We're sheer another consciousness, you know, and my consciousness pulls the strings on my vessel, metaphorically speaking, but enough esoteric nonsense. I'd rather buy more, see the food become sullied and spoiled and get pitched and purged than ever run out of food again. You know, I always want food to eat. I never want to be deprived of food. I never want to be eviscerated of food. I work 3 jobs and I need to stay afloat and sustain myself. So it's always better off to have more food, in my opinion, and wind up hemorrhaging money on food and worst case scenario throwing it out than to have less. So I always buy far more food than I actually need, and I have no qualms about it because food is a necessity. And even though I'm only eating 3 meals per week, or 15 to 30,000 calories of fruits and vegetables per week in the form of 3 sizable meals that are enormous and that usually feature 14 to 27 avocados per meal and at least 1,300 calories of coconut shreds. I still rather have extra food just in case I want to add in more food. as a supplemental miniature meal that will be absorbed into the main meal. So in other words, I may buy a few more pieces of fruit each and every week, just in case I want to add a couple more oranges to the meal, or a couple more mangoes or papayas to the meal, or more avocados, or more broccoli or cauliflower or Brussels sprouts, whatever I want. I'm a pioneer of my own destiny in the simulation, so as an addendum, I buy more than I need, just in case I want to add to my meals. So I supplement what I don't have by buying more in case I want to exhaust my provisions and utilize my resources, but if not, they perish because food produce is perishable. So I hope you found this video to be intriguing and insightful and enthralling and informative. Have a wonderful, blissful, glorious day. And remember to eat fruits and vegetables and supplement with vitamin B12 in a vegan form and vitamin D3 in a vegan form if your diet is devoid of vitamin B12 and D3, because you need vitamin B12 and D3 in plant-based forms to keep your vessel afloat if you're a vegan or fruitarian. So just make sure you get your vitals tested and make sure everything is impeccable and not faulty. Your vessel is a multi-billion-dollar biological computer that you have to keep afloat to partake in this little simulation. So I hope that you found this video to be engrossing and enthralling. Have a wonderful day and a glorious evening. Good night and goodbye.